Are you ready to learn the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair? Well, welcome to this live stream today, the 30th of July 2024. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, where I'll be sharing the direction of the day when it comes to the Euro USD, which is the world's most traded pair. Now, if you're excited, help me get into the comments. Let me know how you feel about these live streams. And as well, you can go ahead and give this particular live stream a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Now, in case you're wondering the type of strategy that I use to actually determine my direction of the day, it's basically a 50% win rate strategy that I've been using for over a year now. So thank you so much for joining me. And with this particular strategy, it is a strategy that utilizes basically the daily candle. I look at the daily candles open, close, and then high and then low. So I basically look at the open, high, low, and then it's closed. So this is where this is what I use to actually determine the particular direction of the next day. So basically, this is the type of strategy that I trade, and I've traded this particular strategy for over a year now. So as I keep telling you guys, it shouldn't be about how many pairs you trade. You should be that kind of person that actually picks out maybe one pair and go all in on that pair. Get to learn how that particular pair moves, get to learn its ins and outs. So this is how you'll be able to actually, start making money with that particular pair. So I usually see some people basically jumping to look for another strategy to use in these markets. Someone is hopping from strategy A to strategy B to strategy C and guess what? The only common thing that always happens is the fact that this person will never find that holy grail that the person is trying to look for. It is always never there. So basically, what you need to do is to stick to that one strategy, at least have data for over 100 trades. And then once you have this is when you're going to determine if that particular strategy works or not. But if you keep jumping from one strategy to another, trust me, you will not find the results that you're looking for. So basically, jumping from one strategy to another, it basically means you do not trust yourself. You basically think there's something out there that is better than what you have. And this is not how this game is played. This is a game of probability. So you must find an edge in the market. And then once you found that edge, you must execute that particular edge whenever it appears in the market. So basically, this is it. This is how it's done. And what you need to do is basically evaluate yourself maybe after 20 trades, after maybe a month, after 3 months, that's a quarter. So this is how your evaluation should be done. After maybe a quarter or maybe after half a year, this is how you're going to be evaluating yourself, but not on a trade by trade kind of basis. So once you have this in your mind, then basically you will, these trades will not cause you pain. There's that emotional pain some people actually suffer just because they placed on a trade and maybe they've gone on to lose that particular trade. So you shouldn't be caused that kind of, anxiety or pain. That shouldn't be there, because what that ends up bringing is fear in yourself. You'll be fearing to put on that next trade, which shouldn't be the case, guys. So let's get back to my strategy. So how I trade this strategy, I basically look at the previous day's candle and then drop down to the 1 hour time frame to basically look for any areas of interest that were left from the previous day. Order blocks. I'm looking at things like fair value gaps. I'm looking at things like equal highs or equal lows. So I'm looking at these areas of interest. So if price left any of these, it's most likely going to go back, tap into those areas, and then it moves in the other direction. So basically, this is what price does on a day-to-day basis. So once you understand this, then basically you're going to be making money in this market. So basically, this is how I trade, and this is the type of strategy. And within no minute, I'm going to be sharing my screen to basically share with you or show you what I'm looking at on my side here, to basically share with you what I'll be seeing on my screen. So I'm sharing that just in a bit. So hope right now you're able to see my screen right now. So with the strategy, this is the type of strategy, and these are the results. You can see when you look at my monthly comments here, you can see they've been green months from May of last year. So you can see they're green. There's green, 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 all the way to the most recent month, which was the month of June. So basically, you can see there are not any crazy gains, guys. Some of those scam artists out there, they tend to tell you that with this particular strategy that I have, you're going to be making maybe a 50% addition onto your profits every single month. Many of those are scam artists, guys, and don't fall for them. So you can see right here, this is a 5%, this is a 6% in June. July, I had a 7%, then August, a 1%, September, I had a 5%, October, a 23%, January, I had an 18%, February, I had a 4%, March, I had a 7%, April, I had a 25%. So this is basically one of my best months. And then May I had a 12%, with June giving me a 5%. So with this month, current month, I'm trying to go strong. I'm still going strong to basically see if I can be able to be profitable with this month as well. So basically, this is the type of strategy that I trade, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how I execute this strategy for you to be able to maybe copy a link. If you would like to go ahead and use this same strategy, you can go ahead and back test it to be able to use the same strategy in your trading. So basically, this is the strategy. But before I even get to the charts, usually there's some routine I go through on a daily. And for me, I'm a technical trader, but I would like to also look at the fundamental side to basically equip myself with the major news for the day. So I don't want to be on the opposite side of the news when it has actually dropped, or when it dropped. I don't want to be on the opposite side of the news. So this is the reason I basically look at the fundamentals of the day. So basically, to be able to acquaint myself with what is in the market for that particular day. Guys, remember the keyword is the major. You go to bloomberg.com and then go to markets, then go to currencies, and then select out your particular pair that you trade. For me, I trade EURUSD. So that's where I like to look. So you can see right here, this is about France. France's economic growth beats forecast in boost for Euro area. Okay, so understand that France right now it's hosting the Olympics. So probably this could be one of the reasons this is happening. So this is more to do with the euro. So Stand Chart expands share buyback as profit beats estimate. So that's Stand Chartered Bank. So this is to do with the recent elections. Maduro won recently. So Japan. So there's really nothing major. There's nothing major in terms of some of these fundamental news that would be happening. So there's nothing major there. So I'm not so much concerned I will stick to my technicals when it comes to this particular day, which is the 30th of July 2024. So basically, when I come to this other website, which is forexfactory.com, I basically like to look out for some of the news on the economic calendar on Forex Factory. So you go to www.forexfactory.com and then basically check out their calendar for that particular day. So today, which is Tuesday the 30th, you can clearly see that my local time, Euro all day will have the Germany preliminary CPI. So that's on the Euro. Then, excuse me, then at 5 p.m., I will have the CB consumer confidence, then JOLTS job opening. So this is on the USD and this is on the Euro. So the reason I like to check out some of this news is the fact that, for some traders, I don't know if you're that type of trader, but for some traders, they like to actually be out of the markets before this news drops, because maybe if you've made some profits in the market, you don't want these news events as they drop to basically wipe out your profits from the market. So for most people, they like to be out of the market as these news drops. So basically, these are the fundamentals that I like to acquaint myself with. And then once I know what it is about on the fundamental side, then this is when I get onto the chart to be able to determine what my direction or what the kind of things I should be looking out for in this particular day. So when I look at the chart right here, so this is the chart. I basically see that price, left some areas of interest, and these are fair value gaps from yesterday. So you can see to this upper side that fair value gaps here, here, here. So what I'll be looking out for is for price to basically come all the way up here, take out this particular order block, and then if it takes it out, this is when I'll be looking to actually take a trade if price gets to this side. If it doesn't, then I'll not be taking a trade. Actually, this is all the way up here. It's all the way up here. So because I do have, these are order blocks all the way through. So if so I'll be looking for price to go all the way up there. If it doesn't do this, so this is what I'm basically saying. So I'm looking at price, going all the way, since it's even a news event day. So I'm looking at price going to, so I'll be looking at that. Or if this doesn't happen, then this is this is the other thing I'm looking at. So when I look at the low of yesterday, there's no major area of interest on this upper side, because you can see price wicked out all the people that were having stops resting below this area here. It wicked them out, and then once it did, it continued in the other side. So the other thing I'm looking at is for price to basically, let me try and measure this to see. Okay, this is good. So so the other thing I'm looking at is for price to basically take out this low of the Asian session. Once it has taken out the low for the Asian session, then I would expect price to continue to the upper side. So the things I'm looking at price, either coming all the way up, taking out all these stops resting above here. There are stops here, and then there are other stops here. So once price has basically taken all these out, then that's when I'll be planning to actually take my trade, guys. So once price has taken out all these guys, then this is when I look to actually, enter in this other opposite direction. Or if that doesn't happen, then I look at price theory, this Asian low for today. Then once I expect price to move to the upper side. So basically, this is what I'm looking out for today. And when it comes to my entry model, I enter on the 5-minute time frame. So it's on the 5-minute time frame that I take my trade. So once price has gotten to these levels and taken out this particular level, for example, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame to basically check out what price is doing. So what I look out for there is an inversion fair value gap. So once price has inversed and a fair value gap, then that's when I look to take that particular trade. So when it comes to my stop loss, I like to use 10 pips as my stop loss, and then when it comes to the take profit, I use a 10 pip stop loss. So this is how I trade, and it is how my strategy dictates it. I don't bend for any of these. And maybe the other thing I need to tell you or let you know is the fact that price, I'm looking at it taking out this particular level or this other Asian high here, at least by this would be between 9 a.m. my local time up to about 11:59 a.m. my local time. Or if you're using the New York time zone or the New York time, this would be between 2 a.m. New York time up to about 4:59 a.m. my in New York time. So those are the times I'm looking at price taking out these Asian highs. So if it doesn't do this within that time period, then I'm not making an entry. I'm not trading that particular day. So then this is how I trade. So I'm a person who basically trades or who trades the London session. So I'm always looking to actually trade the London session. If my entry doesn't come within the London session time, this is 2 a.m. New York time up to about 8:29 a.m. New York time. If price doesn't do what I'm looking out for, then I'm not trading that particular day. So these are the kinds of rules I set for myself, and I repeat, I must abide by these rules. If I do not abide by these rules, this is when people tend to make silly mistakes. I tend to actually follow these rules and I follow them to the dot. So this is the type of person that I am, and I will always follow these rules that I set for myself. And the other thing you need to avoid are those minor execution errors. Sometimes someone is placing a buy and instead they place a sell on that particular day. So what ends up happening is basically them losing their money, and then they end up this ends up messing your psychology. So you shouldn't do such things. You should not do or make some of these execution errors. Or maybe you're trying to enter a 2 lot size and then you end up entering a 20 lot size. So guys, try and avoid some of these execution errors. Try and pay attention to detail, because this is how you turn, or this is how you become profitable in these markets. Because if you do not, then you always finish being unprofitable in these markets. So basically, this is how I trade, and it is how I've traded for a very, very long time, guys. So in case of any questions that you might be having, you can go ahead, leave them down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. Any questions in regards to trading or in regards to this particular strategy, I'll be very happy to actually answer you back down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this particular live stream, you can go ahead and leave a thumbs up on it. Liking it doesn't cost you anything, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be catching you in the next live stream tomorrow. So be sure to catch me tomorrow, same time here on the channel.